Hi, this is CA Apurva Jaisamha and you're with me on G for GST. The GST Council met for the 43rd time on 28th of May. And as usual, we see a host of recommendations. And these recommendations range from COVID reliefs, exemptions, we have amnesty scheme, late fee rationalization and much more. So, to discuss them, let's get started. First things first. The GST Council has proposed exemption on different types of COVID related goods. You have oxygen cylinders, oxygen concentrators, oxygen storage tanks, oxygen transportation equipment, and much more are also now exempted from IGST. What is also to be noteworthily considered is that considering the rise of black fungus cases across India, the antifungal medicine amphotericin B is also now subjected to IGST exemption. However, what the press release document is silent of and what we have to wait and see as the notifications come is whether this IGST exemption is applicable only in cases where these goods are imported into India or also on the indigenous supplies of these goods. So that is something that we have to wait and watch. There was also much anticipation, news, discussion and deliberation surrounding whether the finance minister will concede to the request of giving exemption or zero rating the COVID-19 vaccines. So that has not actually materialized and even today there is no such exemption on COVID-19 vaccine. Now, why there is no exemption on COVID-19 vaccine and how having an exemption on COVID-19 vaccine is actually counterproductive, you can watch our video over here. The next thing that we are going to discuss is of course the much talked about, much hyped and of course the most controversial thing currently is the amnesty scheme. This is not the first time the GST Council and the board have brought about an amnesty scheme. This is almost like the fourth or fifth time that the GST Council is bringing the amnesty scheme. However, this time around they have gone back and way into the very first month of GST inception. So if any of the taxpayers are having their GST compliances long due, that is from July 2017 your returns are not filed, and if you're unable to file these returns because of the fact that the late fee has just surmounted and is currently quite huge, so this is the time for you. So the GST Council has brought about this amnesty scheme wherein any GST returns pending from July 2017 up to April 2021, the 3Bs basically can be filed on or before 31st of August. So this amnesty scheme is going to open from 1st of June and it will be in place up to 31st of August, and these GST returns can be filed. Now your question may be whether do I not have to pay any late fees? That means, so no, the late fee is actually capped. So if your returns are completely nil, entirely nil, then the maximum late fee that you will pay is rupees 500 per return. So that is CGST 250 and SGST 250. But if yours is the case of other than nil returns, that is you either have liability or some credits in your return or some numbers in your return, then the maximum late fee per return is capped at 1000 rupees, that is 500 CGST and 500 SGST. Now, so with this particular amnesty scheme, like capping the amount of late fees that a taxpayer has to pay, yes, the council has finally resurrected, given life to those kind of assessees who on the verge of GST cancellation because of non-compliance and at the same time unable to file their GST returns because of course the cost of filing even a nil return, the late fee would be extremely high. So yes, this while can be accepted as olive branch that is extended by the board and the council, at the same time it is extremely discouraging and disappointing to a taxpayer who has been vigilant, who has been thoroughly compliant. So this kind of repeated amnesty schemes, almost having an amnesty scheme every single year, is going to of course initiate a line of thought amongst these already defaulting taxpayers. They are going to become more complacent and more laid back towards GST compliances. So yes, this line of thought has to be acknowledged while appreciating this amnesty scheme that has been brought by the board. So the next recommendation that is brought forward by the GST Council is a rationalization of late fee. Now, late fee has been one single pain point since the day GST has been introduced in the nation. So everybody worries the moment there is a delay in filing of GST return, everybody worries how much is the late fee that is accumulating. So it is for this reason that the government, the council has basically proposed a late fee rationalization, wherein the late fee that you have to pay is going to be determinant or dependent on the aggregate annual turnover of your business. So if your turnover is zero, so you don't have any turnover, in such cases, the late fee is basically capped at rupees 500. And if your aggregate annual turnover is up to 1.5 crores, that means you're a small taxpayer, then the maximum late fee that can be imposed on you is capped at rupees 2000. Next, if you're a little bigger business, that is your aggregate annual turnover is ranging between 1.5 crore to 5 crores, then the maximum late fee is capped at 5,000 rupees. And if you're a big taxpayer, turnover is exceeding 5 crore rupees, then the maximum late fee is capped at 10,000 rupees. Next, of course, to be discussed is the COVID compliance reliefs. In the first week of May itself, there were a host of notifications that the board released, extending the 3B due dates for small taxpayers, waiving of the late fees. So all this is now given shape, affirmed, and these reliefs are extended for compliances due for the month of June also. So if you're a small taxpayer with turnover not exceeding 5 crore rupees, that is up to 5 crores, then the GSTR 3B return, you are given a 15-day interest-free late fee extension. So if you're a small taxpayer you're having some working capital problem in your business, you're not having your cash flows ready to be filed, ready to file the return by 20th, it's not a worrisome issue. You have 15 more days, which is interest-free and late fee free, by which you can actually file your GSTR 3B return. For big taxpayers, that is where the turnover is exceeding 5 crore rupees. First things first, there is no extension. The GSTR 3B due date continues to be 20th of the succeeding month only. Whether it was April, May or June, your GSTR 3B is due on 20th only. Then what is the relief given is that for the first 15 days after your GSTR 3B due date, the rate of interest is reduced to 9%. So let us say you're filing your GSTR 3B on 25th of a month for the months of April, May and June. So you don't have to pay interest at a higher rate or the normal rate of 18%. Instead, you will pay interest at a reduced rate of 9%. Moreover, for the first 15 days delay beyond your actual due date of 20th, for the first 15 days, late fee is also completely waived off. Rule 36(4), which is of course a hassle while you file every single GSTR 3B return, has been made a cumulative compliance for the months of April, May and June. So this was already in place for the months of April and May, and now even for the month of June, this particular relief has been given. So while filing your June month's return, only it is sufficient and adequate that you comply with your Rule 36(4) ITC restriction. Of course, the GST returns can now be filed on the GST portal with EVC OTP verification, even for firms and body corporates. So the individuals who are working from home need not have to go through the rigor of DSC verification, inserting, not working and all that. You can be done away with. You can just file your GST returns with the EVC OTP mode. So the last and final thing to be discussed is of course the annual return. So when Budget 2021 came, Section 35 was amended, and instead of filing the regular 9 and 9C, a self-certified statement was brought into place. Since it was not effective up to 31st of March 2021, everybody was actually in two minds whether we have to file the 9/9C for FY21 or is this new mode applicable to us. So while the GST Council has clarified that the provisions of amended Section 35 will be soon made effective, and for FY21 the regular 9 and 9C that have been filed is not applicable. The new self-certified statement has to be filed by all the assessees. Now, how this statement is going to be, what kind of compliances this statement is going to call for and the look and feel of the statement, of course we have to wait for the formats to be out, but at least we have that clarity that for FY21 9/9C mode is not applicable and the new self-certified statement has to be filed. And again, as a COVID relief measure, the compliance requirement of filing this annual return is waived off for small taxpayers whose turnover is not exceeding 2 crore rupees, and for taxpayers whose turnover is not exceeding 5 crores, the self-certified statement of 9C is also not made applicable. Then lastly, the icing on the cake, I have saved it for the last. So basically, the board has given a policy kind of a confirmation that GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B is going to be your default return filing mechanism going forward. The hullabaloo, the sound, noise around the new return systems, when they will come, how are they going to be, what new changes we have to make, all that conversation can now end. And 2 minutes of silence to all those companies who invested in preparing themselves for the new return formats. So we hope this quick video was able to tell you about the significant changes and compliances you have under GST for the next couple of months. We do hope all of you are staying safe and away from COVID. And for all updates on GST and to know whatever is happening in GST, of course you have to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon.